Hey guys, how you doing? It's Dan the Man. I'm sitting underneath a bridge here where I like to come and meditate and take a little drink. This is my little drinking spring. I'll let you see what's up. Let the light adjust. I just come under here. It's an old bridge made out of logs. I just come under here to sit, relax, and listen. This is a video dedication again from my friend Steve, and this is to his wife Daisy. And Daisy, Steve wanted to let you know that he's doing his best that he can to be loving and supportive. And I'd also like to say, Daisy, that it was a pleasure to meet you. I think you have a lot of character, and I mean that in a really good way. And Steve, I also wanted to thank you. I was going to do a shout-out video to everyone that I met in LA, but I just have so many other things going on that I don't get to do that. So I wanted to say, Steve, thank you very much. I have to honestly tell you the truth, my friend, that you've been the most generous person that I've ever had the pleasure to be around. So thanks for taking me out to dinner, and thanks for hooking me up with some cash to do these videos. I appreciate it a lot. So thank you very much, Steve. It was a pleasure to meet you, Daisy. And also I want to let you know that I've got some really good ideas that might be able to help David out, because I've been working with a lot of people the last couple of weeks, and I've had a lot of issues, people that are having issues with their stomach, not to mention my mom being one of them, and a couple other people who have had issues with the stomach. And I've been learning a lot about replanting microflora in the GI tract, because a lot of us take so many antibiotics. I don't know if David took a lot of antibiotics or not, but antibiotics destroy the microflora. They destroy the virus, but they also destroy the good bacteria as well. So I don't know exactly what his story is, but if you want to call me Daisy or Steve, I can fill you guys in a little bit more on that. But I do have some videos coming, hopefully very soon, about what we can do to start building up the microflora in the GI tract, and that'll be good for everybody. I'm just learning this from a great teacher who's been a raw foodist for 40 years, and a friend of mine who's been working with me closely. So again, I'm a student as well. You guys got to remember, I've got a lot to learn. I'll inspire you to death, you know what I'm saying, but that doesn't mean I have all the answers. So I'll probably be learning for the rest of this lifetime. I'm not going to be one of these raw food dudes who has all the answers. I'm going to be learning right along with you. More so than anything, I'm encouragement. More so than anything, I'm like the topic of this video, which is love and support, which I always felt like, you know, was missing when I looked around at all the fields of human endeavor. And, you know, my teachers, they were about love. And a lot of the inspiration that I get, Joel Osteen inspires me to death. If anybody knows who that is, regular old preacher guy, you know, who's not a regular old guy, if you know what I mean. You know, Robert Morse, his title of his company is Be Love, you know, God's Herbs, Be Love. Dr. David Hawkins, you know, Divine Love, you know, Gabriel Cousins, of course, again, another divine lover of the source of life itself. So I looked around and I thought, wow, you know, that's kind of what's missing. And I prayed for years, to be honest with you. I wanted to be a raw food teacher the second I learned about raw foods. But it wasn't until about 10 years later, about 9 years later, you know, which was about, you know, 10 years ago. Because I think that the universe, or God, as I like to say, had a plan for me, you know? And it wanted me to get ready. It really wanted to prepare me, so it would be, it was forging the steel of the dance so that I could be of real service to people, you know? And that's what this has been about. And I just do my best to, I've had to, you know, temper my own desire to be right, to have the answers, to know more than the other guy, to have my trip be better than his. And I had to get over all that really fast. And I learned really quick what was important to me on this channel. which was being loving and being supportive, you know, to all people. So I get all kinds of people with all kinds of, it's not just about food, you know. The food thing is it's like a hobby. It's sort of obvious. Sometimes I feel like there's two different kinds of food. One, integrity foods, and two, non-integrity foods. A lot of people do really well without being on raw foods, but for me, you know, it's an ideal, man. It's electricity, it's total purity. A lot of people are very sensitive to, they get that heavy feeling when they eat something that's a lot heavier, you know, and so I'm one of those people. I like to feel that light, healthy, illuminated feeling all the time, but I also like to stay strong and fit, so I've had to learn a lot over the years. And like I said, I'm working with a guy now who's teaching me how to amplify the uptake of protein and essential fatty acids, because a lot of times we don't have very high utilization. So we're going to get more into the cultured foods. I know I've been talking about this, but let me plant some more seeds, because I'm waiting for my probiotics and my enzymes, and then I'm going to share those with you. I've been on the enzymes for about the last month and a half. I've also done some cultured probiotic foods, and it really helped my bowels a lot to have nice, healthy, strong digestion and bowel movements. One of the issues that I've had and that everyone's noticed is that from the ozone that I went, I just breathed way too much of that. I'd also like to say, hopefully William's seeing this. William is a great person, and he's the guy with the ozone pool, and I think he's an awesome human being, very generous. Maybe he doesn't know or whatever, but I wanted to let William know that I have nothing against him at all. I still consider him a great friend, very generous, intelligent person, hardworking person. So I have nothing against anyone. It was a great lesson for me. I never blame anyone for anything. I take full responsibility for my life, which I think we'll talk about. Anyways, I wanted to let everybody know, to sum that last thing up, that I've been healing a lot, my lungs and stuff, and my body's been wanting to just lay around and rest and heal up the lung tissues. I'm still coughing up very yellow mucus, which shows me that that the lung tissues are still healing in there, and so that's why I've had problems with my sinuses, my respiratory system. So I think after a little bit of training here and doing some more breath work and more just healing raw foods, it won't be too much longer now. I better get over it, because I'm leaving for a 1,500-mile bike journey in less than 3 weeks, and I've got to train in less than 3 weeks and keep this YouTube channel going, and I've got a lot of other stuff going on too, and I'm being of service to people, so I'm a pretty busy guy. I'm going to try to get some fasting in, believe it or not. I hate saying this, but I'm going to have to wait until the whole summer, because really I just want to heal deep. Some people have said, Dan, how much healing do you need to do? Well, look, Dan did a lot of damage. Dan did a lot of things in his life prior to this, and I know, I can feel that there's a deep lining of inflammation in my in my spinal cord and stuff like that. So may God heal me, right now. Anyways, I am healed and I am well, and I am in a state of perfect and radiant health, and I do it for you and I do it for the world, because I want to be an example. So I wanted to take just one more minute, is all that I've got here, to say that a lot of people are writing me and stuff, and they're like, it's too hard for me, I can't afford organic, I'm in this stuff and I'm just stuck. No, you're not. We have to be responsible. There is more power in you than you know. There is more power in all of us than most of us are ever going to realize in this lifetime. We've got to tap into the source. We have to quit making excuses. If you believe, you will receive, and you better believe it. It might not be able to understand in your mind how it's going to work, but if you have faith and you believe you're going to get well, and you believe you can afford organics, and you believe in an abundance consciousness, you got to believe me when I tell you someone came from poverty consciousness to abundance consciousness. And I'll tell you what, I've always had what I've needed, and then a little bit more. So believe in abundance, and believe in your freedom, and believe in your health, and stop making excuses and get on the ball, because you can do this, but you got to have faith and you got to believe. Okay, Daisy, Steve, thank you everyone else. I love you. I hope you got something out of this video. Peace be with you.